So today we're talking about money sitting still and how that can be a good thing. And usually it's all about that month where we just have a bit of money that is left. I know markets are crashing right now. I think most of us are into funds and all of that stuff, and many people look at the S&P and follow that stuff. Some people have been talking about I don't know how much the downgrade is, but a couple of percent. For younger people who wanted to invest, these days are pretty good. Of course, you can invest and money and rates will go down and continue to go down. So even if you invest now, there is a possibility of losing. However, if we look at how much money is printed and how the world is going, and if we look at what has happened for the last 10 years, and if we look at all the investments that are going to be made, then I can only recommend for you guys to look at the shovels and of course the bigger stocks like Nvidia or whatever. However, there are a few of you who just got your salary, you've got money sitting in the bank, and I think many of us have that, and we sometimes have to just relax, sit on the money, maybe write down a few points, and just look at what we can do with the money. Basically, it's all about trying to spend it in the best way possible. Money and time, it's the same thing. You live on, time grows. Every second. For every second that you live longer. And for every second there goes, there's more money. Not always in your bank account, of course, but in the world, basically it's just getting more and more. And if we talk about crypto, then we're talking about things that don't even exist, and even those things cost. Now, don't take my word when it comes to crypto, but I think you understand the principle. So we have one guy gets his money, he looks at it and he's thinking, well, I have to spend it right away. Well, knowing the pace that the world is going through right now, he's not very wrong. In 2 weeks, those money invested could be worth a little bit more or a little bit less, but he wanted to get into the game as soon as possible. The other option, of course, is to spend the money. We can spend it on new shoes. We can spend it on a car. We can spend it on anything. But spending is something that is absolutely beautiful. I love spending. It's such a great thing to do, especially buying hats and stuff. That's usually great. And then of course we have the third option, and it is to save. Some will say that saving is part of the investing. However, there is a different option when it comes to saving, and it is to just let it stand still in the bank account. What I want to do here is just to give you guys the fourth option, and it is to pause. The pause won't in any way make you richer or whatever it is, but I think the pause is a bit of a filter. So maybe you feel a certain way during this moment or this day, something during the day had an effect on you. So pausing sometimes is really, really good. Just decide to pause for maybe 2 weeks, and it's never going to be the case that you're thinking about this for 2 weeks. That would be time totally wasted. But I think just in general, just just pause a little bit. See how it is that you feel. Take a walk, take a nap, take a coffee, work a little, and do that for 1 or 2 weeks, and then see what it is that you actually want to do with the money. Because right away, we might want to buy shoes, or we might want to invest it. And I just say, at least here in Europe, it's summer, you know, you want to meet that girl, you want to take that vacation, you want to do some crazy shit. And sometimes spending it is actually the best choice anyway. So, when it comes to money, it's extremely important to not be this cheap cunt. You have to spend it, make sure that it moves. But if you decide to save, then it is what it is. But at least, just take a week. Take a week. So you wait long enough to see if your choice is an impulse or not.